How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, World Solo, back with another video. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about how to start as a fighter. Now, I know there's a lot of new players in the game that don't know how to start as a fighter, and if that's you, today's video is for you. We will be talking about everything fighter and how to start from level 1 all the way up to becoming a Chad. So without further ado, let's get it. The first thing we want to do is go to the bottom right corner of the screen into the quest log and accept all of the quests that every NPC has to offer. After that, I will head into the square in order to make sure that my gear is set up. I will pick up the doublet, a long sword, adventurous boots, I will equip my Francisca axe, campfire, potions, and bandages. As you can see, if I don't have the perk Weapon Mastery, I am not able to use or equip a bow. For that, I think that the most impactful perk that you can get at level 1 is going to be Weapon Mastery, as it gives you the ability to use the bow all the way from level 1. So we will head back into the square to make sure that's equipped. After that, our first mission is to complete the quest Mining for a Piece of Mine from the Armour. In order to complete this quest, you must fetch 6 pieces of cobalt ore at the Goblin Caves. This should give you the ability to unlock plate armor at the square so you don't have to buy it. In order to do this mission, you're going to require a pickaxe, as well as going to a specific room in the Goblin Caves. The 2 rooms that contain cobalt ore are going to be the Cave Pit Hall, which is a middle room, and the Goblin Mine, which is located at the top right corner of the map. When mining in the middle room, you should be careful of enemy players that come through. This is a highly contested area due to the elevator. In this part, I hear the enemy cleric coming by. He hits me with the judgment and make sure to pull back and reset the fight. After that, I will push back forward with my second wind in order to ensure that I drop the kill and I mine my ore. This is a prime example of how important and how much value you can get out of the bow. As you can see, the cleric is trying to escape and I make sure that I land a few shots and force him to come down and fight me. He drops down and after that, it's an easy kill. Now that we've taken care of that cleric, we'll go back into the ore and make sure that we get our 6 pieces and leave. After that, we go to the armor and deliver the 6 pieces of cobalt ore in order to unlock the gear with the squire. We will head back to the squire and make sure that we set up our plate armor. In this case, I will go for dark plate armor, light gauntlets, plate pants, adventurous boots. Now we have achieved level 6 and we are able to use our second perk. Due to the fact that we have unlocked plate armor, the most impactful perk that we can use right now is Swift, in order to stay mobile and heavily armored. Now we will head into the Forgotten Castle so we can do the second quest for the armor, which requires us to kill 15 skeletons. The Howling Crypt has the most amount of skeletons, therefore this is where you should be doing this quest. Here's another prime example of why you should be taking a bow as your secondary weapon. Down there is a Warlock, and Warlocks are usually a really hard class for fighters to fight. However, because I am able to put down DPS and soften the target before he reaches me or I reach him, he is going to have a tough time, effectively turning the fight into my favor. Holy, there's so much chasing this guy. Hopefully we can finish the kill. Is he going to phantomize? There you go. There's escape. Now we just wait till he's out and then we chase. Yeah. Now, here is where we change the pace of the fight. Because I know this Warlock is slow, I am going to drop down, pop sprint and make sure I chase him. And for that, I pull out my long sword and I finish the kill. After that, we will go ahead and head out of the dungeon so we can deliver our quest and take our money. That should put us at level 10 and giving us access to our third perk. Now, if you're a more experienced player that knows how to block, you can take counter attack. However, if you're a newer player, you should take defense mastery as it would give you the most impact, effectively making you a lot tankier. Now, if you like to learn how to block, I will link a video at the top right corner of the screen. After that, we'll go back to the armor in order to deliver the quest. This quest should give you the ability to craft the copper light gear that the armor has to offer. Now, with that out of the way, we have access to crafting copper-like armor, which gives you a 1% movement speed bonus and 2 unidentified stats. For that, you're going to need 3 pieces of copper ingot, as well as a dark plate armor that's looted and common. After that, we'll head back to the Goblin Caves for some extra PvP and some extra money in order to reach level 15. After that, we will loot our kill and safely extract in order to achieve the most amount of XP. I will return to the Goblin Caves in order to get into more PvP and get more XP so I can reach level 15. As you can see in here, I see a Druid that's blocking my path with a trend. Because of that, I have to be more passive and make sure that I'm using my bow. Now, with that out of the way, I see the Druid run away, which is a perfect opportunity for me to catch him up with some arrows. He panics, tries to jump back into Panther form, however, I finish a kill. I spotted an enemy Warlock in the other room, so I will make sure that I can proceed with caution. Remember that Warlock is an extremely hard matchup and you should never be greedy when trying to engage. As you can see, I am keeping my distance and putting DPS with my bow, making sure that the Warlock is out of range until he gets greedy. For that, I see the Warlock getting close to me and I push forward with my longsword. In sprint in order to make sure I am mobile and fast enough to get close to him. After that, I managed to attack him one time, however, he runs away. Because of that, I will pull out my bow and I'll make sure to throw down some arrows in order to try to finish the kill. Because there's 3 players in this room, I do not want to get too close, especially if my second win is down. After the fight, I end up heavily wounded and without any cooldowns. For that, I will pop a campfire in order to make sure I regain my second win. Remember that the second win makes you a lot more survivable and you should always be trying to prioritize resetting after a fight. In this particular case, my priority is to be able to extract so I can make the most amount of XP. I managed to do it although heavily wounded. Now it is time to go back into our class manager in order to equip our 4th perk. Because of this, I will equip counterattack. However, if you equip counterattack instead of defense mastery, you simply equip defense mastery. Now, as a fighter, one of the most important parts is to learn the animation of every weapon so you can consistently block, as well as learning the animation of your own weapon in order to be able to effectively go through enemies' blocks. A good way to learn how to block properly and practice so you're more confident in a fight is to do it at the Gathering Hall, given that there is no risk or no reward if you win or lose a fight. Now, the difference between a good fighter and a great fighter is ability to use the bow properly and now how to space yourself. As you can see, I know that this Warlock is faster than me and that he's going to try to kite me, and because of that I am gonna go and use my survival bow in order to finish the kill before he even manages to touch me. This gives me the opportunity to be able to fight without taking any damage, while also ensuring that I'm ditching out enough DPS to be a threat to my opponents. Now, after all of that is completed, you should be high level enough to have every perk available to you and do high roller. And if you want to continue the progression of your character, the most important part is to make sure that you continue to do quests in order to unlock more gear with the Squire and more crafting recipes with your traders. I do not include teamfights in this guide because teamfights are all about the coordination that you have with your team. Therefore, making it more important to learn how to coordinate with your team rather than the personal skill that you have. My name is Walt Solo, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Another Hellfire at the door. Third Hellfire at the door. Don't push that fucking door. I'm gonna put another one down, don't push it.
Brother, you need to let me push.
Headshot.